Me watching the vegan couple next door argue about the Big Mac wrapper that I tossed in the back seat of their car. Welcome back to the next episode of Laugh While the World Burns. Because in these days and times, we all need to find something to laugh about. Breaking news, multiple sources are reporting that Joe Biden is dropping out of the presidential race. Rising Democrat star Kamala Harris is leading candidate to replace Biden. The Secret Service's arch enemy. Final boss, Master Slope. Boeing, you can be honest. Nothing's going to happen to you, I promise. Whistleblower, our planes are not safe to fly in. Tesla's roadside assistance is the sheer definition of irony. Well, they don't have time to sit around and wait for their rescue van to charge. Besides, this is just getting the fuel directly from the source, instead of first taking it to the power company. Sometimes you have to admit, it's time to step down. I bet she got a surprise. Well, before this job, she was what? Worked security for a candy company or something? Maybe now she can get a job at Burger King or McDonald's. Remember, punishable by fine means legal for a price. Anything on the internet and more. If you're not paying for it, you're not the customer. You're the product being sold. That's a fact. And many times, even if you are paying for it, like your cell phone. We need free college and free healthcare, and you're selfish if you disagree starter pack. Me, my sense of humor, people who are easily offended.
And then the government took all the lead dispensers away. And all the criminals, terrorists, and unalivers decided to obey the law. And then we own nothing. And we're so happy.
How celebrities look when they advocate for climate change from their private jet. Politicians. Nobody is above the law. Starter pack. You know, Jimmy Carter only served one term. He could run again. Don't give him any ideas. Airlines will now allow tools on airplanes so passengers can help with in-flight repairs. It's really getting to that point. Just another reason why I don't fly. A hoard of gold coins was discovered by a UK couple under their kitchen floorboards during renovations. The oldest coin dates to 1610 and the newest 1727. More than likely, they were confiscated. Of course they were. Why would you tell anyone? They should have took them directly to a coin dealer and had the coin dealer to either sell them through a private sale or to have sold them anonymously at an auction. I want to see a movie where the CIA is trying to unalive Clark Kent and make it look like an accident. Not because they know he's Superman, but because he is a really good journalist. Make it a comedy, because the CIA assassins can't figure out why their attempts keep failing. Now this would be a great plot for a new movie. This is definitely something I would watch. Do you like kids? No, you're hired. Public schools. Income tax, the fine you pay for the crime of being productive and useful. That's just a fact. Me bleeding out in an alleyway. A $50 Uber ride? or a $2,500 ambulance ride. That really is a decision that people have to make these days. And $2,500 is just the starting price. Hello, friends. I know things are scary right now, and times are uncertain. But I would just like to take this opportunity to say, it's gonna get a lot worse. Yeah, it's better just to accept the truth and prepare in whatever way you can for it, rather than to ignore it and act like it's not happening. Did you guys hear about what just happened at Yellowstone last week? This hydrothermal vent had a sudden major eruption right on an official park pathway. As you can see in this video, this is a built wooden pathway for visitors to walk through. And I believe that this is a brand new vent. I don't think that there was a geyser here previously. I could be wrong on that. However, even if there was a geyser, it never did anything like this. I wanted to include this video here. However, the only sources I can find for it are official news channels. So if I show the video here, I would immediately get hit with a copyright claim. So I'm just including this screenshot here from the Weather Channel. But the reason I really wanted to include the video in this episode was to show a lot of the people's reaction. There was some of them that started running away until they got at a, quote-unquote safer distance at least. But then there was someone yelling at other people to run because they was just standing up there gawking at this thing. It's just another example showing people's lack of self-preservation, or more to the point, their lack of common sense these days. And speaking of Yellowstone, I actually made this meme a couple weeks ago, but I just hadn't got it into an episode yet. But we still have 4 more months to go. With this latest increase in activity at Yellowstone, we might still have a chance yet. There is an uncanny resemblance between French President Emmanuel Macron and Baroness Lillian de... I'm not saying that name on my channel. Roses are red. Melons are Melanie. Felon named Felony charged with new felonies. You just know that this guy changed his name to Felony. My tax dollars. Somehow also my tax dollars. This is true. When you order a pillow on Temu. I went to college, so that makes me better than you. Now pay off my loans, you uneducated racist. Her.
I'm going to conquer the world today.
Morgan Freeman.
She didn't conquer the world today. She tripped over the dog's water bowl. Her socks got wet, and she had a mental breakdown.
A toddler burned his hand on the stove, so his parents took him to the ER. But after a long wait for a doctor, who never showed up, they went home and the burn healed on its own. Then the hospital sent them a bill for $1,012. I've seen similar reports like this, often for a lot more money too. When you post on Twitter before bed, so you can wake up and read the dumpster fire with your morning coffee. The next thing you know, they'll be trying to remake this wartime classic with a white guy. I'd say there's a good number of you that will get this. How to eat buffalo cauliflower wings. Yes, this is the correct way. Yellowstone visitors that can't follow the rules. Here is your new ride. They literally do need these, because there's just too many people that get out trying to pet on a buffalo, or taking a selfie with a grizzly bear. People have no common sense these days. Y'all might not remember, but Winnie the Pooh kept a strap at all times. This is true. This is what happens when you forget to water your windmill for a couple of weeks. These things are a complete joke and a waste of billions of dollars. Corporations be like, this is true. Companies always think that they can buy their employees off by giving them pizza. Bring back $10 Chinese food, $600 apartments, and $20 full tanks of gas. I don't know about the Chinese food, but reasonable priced groceries would be fantastic. He's probably thinking about the mortgage, utility bills, taxes, grocery bills, medical bills, and on, because it never ends. You're hiding unregistered social media accounts under the floorboards, aren't you? This is why you have to log in to just about every website using things like your Google account or your Facebook account. Because by those accounts, they've already verified and proven your identity. And by using that, they know every place that you use those accounts to log into. And they've made it so convenient too. I showed this one a few weeks ago in an episode of my Gen X series. Like I said then, although this looks cool, I would never want this. Because if anyone got their hands on it and did anything illegal, they could claim that it was an accident because they thought it was a toy. And I guarantee you that the courts would do more than throw the book at the owner. Remember what I told you? Taylor Swift was named Times Person of the Year? Yeah, and so was the guy who ruined a perfectly good mustache. I can't believe they're so mad over an image on a beer can. And the funniest thing is, the only mascots that are left are all white. Eventually, they'll claim that's because those companies are racist. Imagine getting arrested in this clown car. That is pretty ridiculous. If they do arrest somebody, what are they going to do with them? There's not even a trunk to stuff them into. What's the dumbest thing you've spent tons of money on? Taxes. Just a fact. My generation will start a revolution. Your generation can't even start a lawnmower. It's true. Remember when everyone finally admitted that pro wrestling was fake, but the fans didn't care and kept pretending it was real anyways? This is where we're at with NASA now. Does people really believe even half the stuff that NASA puts out these days? St. John Police Force added a new photo. Hi, is this still available? I could absolutely see someone doing this. If you break into my house and I yell, "Honey, get the Velveeta," just remember that door was locked for your protection. Politicians, inflation through the roof, funding multiple wars, taxes through the roof, send all your money overseas, make everything you like illegal. You can't even afford groceries. Yeah, and they use the media to tell people why you should be thankful for them, while at the same time blaming all us citizens for anything bad that's happening when it's the government that actually caused it. You are the carbon they want to reduce. Just a fact. This is the person calling you a conspiracy theorist. It's true. Watching a new TV show, hoping it doesn't get woke. That's just another reason why I hardly watch anything these days. I'd rather just watch YouTube. The best stimulus package would be abolishing the income tax. They should abolish all taxes. Any politician that votes for war should get drafted first. Yeah, I've said this a good number of times on past episodes. College students after getting fired from their job after voting to raise the minimum wage. The First Amendment is hamstringing the government. Correct. Do not let people who surround themselves with barbed wire and armed soldiers tell you that you cannot own a lead dispenser to defend yourself. What is your fair share of what someone else has worked for? Simple. 0. When you think you've seen it all, but people still get dumber and dumber by the day. I completely agree. Watch how easily it absorbs your money. And it gets sent overseas, either into their own companies or into other people's pockets, by which they get a kickback. Yeah, this is what the so-called feminists say until there's something that they can't or don't want to do. The vast majority of scientists agree with whoever is funding them. That's a fact. Police Academy 2, their first assignment. Biden's age doesn't matter. Age is just a number. Trump is too old. Raise your hand if you believe absolutely nothing the government and media tells you. Does it get any sicker? A Turkish firm has been selling fake life vests. They soak up water for refugees at sea. Well, it just goes to show, anytime you buy something that's supposed to protect you, you better test it out for yourself before you need it. Well, since I own YouTube, I'm not going to say anything about this. Paperless towels. Reusable, all-purpose towel. Only at Walmart. If you look closely at this particular product, you'll quickly see that they know exactly who their customer base is. The billion-dollar propaganda machine of the U.S. federal government. My homemade memes. This may be true, but always remember, the memes are encased in far more truth. You know, this video might be funny, but did you see the recent news article that said that Boeing may have been using counterfeit titanium? This wouldn't surprise me at all. And I'll end this episode with this. How deep is the mud? Depends on who you ask. We all go through the same stuff differently. This is very true, and it's something that we all should try to keep in mind when we're passing our judgment on others. Please consider hitting that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, and select all notifications so you don't miss any new videos. I thank you all for watching. Take care, stay safe. This is Akorn, over and out.